Hello, this is Jordan, like the river. Welcome to my channel, which is about the God of the Bible and the bass clarinet. Oops, I just kind of scooted that down. So I'm going to fix my little... Anyway, so I'm trying to get through the Standard of Excellence book. So I'm making a little rapper just to get through the basics that are really easy, that even beginners can catch up on. Since I've gone so slow in the beginning, you should be good at this point. So I'm on page 16. We are learning about a flat. A flat is kind of like an alternative on a scale. We're going to get to scales later. So I'm not going to go too much detail what a flat is, but this is a B flat instrument. Thus, the B flat is a pretty important note, and it's used quite often. So we are actually just learning about B flat. This B flat on this instrument in particular, just because the guy who I bought this from literally said that this B flat is terrible, it's going to sound awful. But on your instrument, it should sound good. Which is why this is said, since this is one of the most popular notes. So you see this little, how the A key. So there's also the upper register key in the back. You're going to hit the A key and the upper register key, and that makes a B flat. So I will play that for you. So a regular B is all these fingers down, all these fingers down. You have this key down and this key down. And you hit the higher register note. And the flat, you go to there. Okay. So so when you have a key signature, you're going to notice sometimes you just have like a flat or a sharp. And it's going to be on the same line in the middle register of what you're going to be making consistently flat or consistently sharp. So if it's in the upper register, I think it might be upper register for F sharp anyway. But if there's like on the B note, there's flat in the register, and it means all B's, except the ones that have a natural sound, which we'll go over later, are made flat. It means you can play them all like this and not the regular natural B. So let's practice. We are in common time, or 4/4. We are learning B flat. Number 62, climbing stairs. Okay, that was pretty easy. So we know our B flat. So now we have bingo. B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, there was a farmer who had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh, B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name. Oh, we'll go slower than that, but I just wanted to say it. So remember, we have a pickup note. It's going to be a C. Okay. So when you see, if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 measures in towards the end of the first line, you see how the B flat is only on the first note? Well, that carries over in the measure. So if it's not in the key signature, sometimes you'll have flats that are on just one note, and that carries through the whole measure. But in that case, it will not renew next measure. So they have to have the flat there in order to keep playing the flat if it would be a new measure. So now we have a 64. There's going to be another pickup note, which is usually, yeah, C is pretty common for beginner songs. So we're going to be practicing our B flat again. This is There's Music in the Air by George F. Root, 1820 to 1895. There was a slur and I played a tongue on the slur. I apologize. Let's go back. Don't do that. Okay. So you notice that There's Magic in the Air, and they had the B flat on that one. Now, if you look, we're going to be playing There's Magic in the Air again, but instead of having the B flat on the B note, they're going to have it in the register key. Key signature, sorry. Key signature. Messing up my words. Okay, so we're going to have it in the key signature. So 65 has a B flat in the key signature. So what I like to do, take my handy dandy pencil. I like to circle the B flat in the key signature. You could do that when there's not so many of them. Sometimes in more complex music, you'll have like all these flats and you're like, oh my gosh, or all these sharps, I'm attacked. And then I like to go over, so we're going 1, 2, we're going to the third measure to the B, which is a half note. And I like to write in my little B flat. That way I don't forget to play it flat. There we go. I suggest doing that as a beginner because it makes your life easier. Great. So now we have a B flat on 66. It says scale still, skill. Ugh. So it's in common time. And we're just going to be doing some scale climbing. Watch out for your slurs. And watch out for your B flats. Write your B flats in. There are B flats. It's in the key signature. And yes. Beautiful. So now we're on 67, which is for clarinets only. I guess part A, part B, part C, part D would probably be given off to people and then you would repeat, but we're just going to play each section twice since we're solo players. One and two and three and four. Oh, the last one's different. Okay. See, like when you're playing a repeat, sometimes if they throw you off like that, it like messes with your brain if you haven't practiced it much before, like performing, and you're like, what's going on? So you see it goes A, which is C, D, C, D, C, D, C, and then you play it again. And B is D, E, D, E, D, E, D. Then C is E, D, E, D, E, D, E. And then D throws you off because that's D, C, D, C, D, D, C. So usually it would go back to C, but it would be like D, C, but it's not. It's D, D, C. So let's do it one more time. It probably sounds really cool having 4 players play those different parts all at the same time. But yeah, so that was number 62 to 67. We are moving along. Remember that God loves you and wants to be a part of your life. If you need me to pray for you, put it down in the comments below. And God bless. Thank you for everything.